Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach. Today, I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB. Super pumped you're here to rock and roll this May 12th, episode 56 and 94. I guess we can start counting down towards 6,000, which is just crazy when you think about that. But glad you're here. Glad you're with me as we're rock and rolling because things are moving in the right direction. It is a check month. We're in the middle of it. Good time to be looking at what's happening, what's working, what's not working, making changes accordingly. That's the key thing. Like, we're constantly looking at what's happening and then prioritizing. Remember, our morning ritual: get up, get some self-care in place, listen to CoachCast, you're doing it here, and then get organized. What are you going to attack today? Now, if you're struggling with this, up in the AI area, there's a new area where I talk about some of the tools that I'm using, such as ChatGPT, the Plod device, in order with me, how I organize, having my personal assistant help me a little bit. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, go into the AI Hub. I'm going to be doing a lot of teaching in there. We're really working on AI a lot this month, as I mentioned, and then we're going to go into ILD next month as we continue to grow and really have things working. But I want you to know that there are ways to help you with prioritization, which is our number 2P, right? So making sure we're prioritized in the morning and we're working on those things that are going to help you achieve your mission and vision. Now, with that being said, there is a lot of stuff going on. If you get a chance to check out like the longevity area, Lee Kellogg. Lee, great to see you in there. Lee's this wonderful person that I've known for years, has been a part of Morning Coach for years and years. I saw Lee posting in there. She's had some battles with cancer, and she's just a superstar. So love to, if you get a chance to stop in and see Lee. I know the communication isn't the best as far as notifying you, so you kind of got to go into each area and look at the discussion area to see what people are talking about. We are working on that. We're working on a back-end system that they're working on for us that will tell us when people post, and then we can have somebody look at it. And we're working on some email and stuff. So I know it's hard. It's hard for me to see, hey, did somebody post in there? But there are some wonderful people posting. Just check out the discussion areas of the communities in each of your hubs so you can connect with some wonderful people. But we're going to make that better. Like I said, check the news area, please, because there's so much going on. Again, I don't want to overwhelm you. That's one of the problems when you have systems like this. We want to keep it simple and structured, but I also want to provide you with everything that you could possibly really need to live your best life. And that's what we're working on, making this system awesome. And we're going to be doing a lot with AI, which is coming. Clint asked the other day, in the AI area, do I need to get my own ChatGPT? Yes, if you're going to do advanced stuff, you're going to want to do it, because our systems that I'm working on and building within the agents is to help you get your mission and vision clear, help you have a system that you can plug into and look at your prioritizations. I'm building that within Morning Coach with a dashboard. We're working on that. There's a lot going on involved there. But if you want to do some of the other things like using Plod and maybe using it for documenting things and reviewing contracts and stuff, as we talked about in the AI area, I'm not going to get too much in this. Just go into AI and you can learn more about it. But Clint had a great question there. Do I need my own? Depending on what you're going to be using it. If you just want planning and stuff, we are building tools for you. If you want to go outside of that spectrum and do other things, you're going to need your own structure and your own AI, whether it's Gemini, which is Google, or whether it's Claude, which is more of a language-based one, or ChatGPT, which what we use for 90% of the things I'm doing as far as productivity. Okay, so get a chance, check out the AI area, check out the longevity area, and of course, check out the Morning Coach area and the things that we're doing, and then ILD will be here in June. This week, I got a great week planned for you. And before we get into it, it's that time. I got to tell you about the full MorningCoach.com membership, which I've been talking about, where you can just meet amazing people, get the new systems, all the stuff we're doing with AI, longevity, and of course, ILD, which is a program that I've sold for $2,000 a year for the last 15 years, and also did a retreat for over $10,000. That is now included in MorningCoach.com. Full Morning Coach membership's $100 a month. We kept it there. You get there's so many benefits, massive ROI. So love to have you come on board, join us, get involved, meet the wonderful people, learn, and live your best life. So you also get every day's CoachCast without these structured ads in it. And also the structured plan that goes along with the Daily Coach Cast. So get over to morningcoach.com, get signed up right now. We are going to be building on family. We're talking about relationships, parenting, difficult people, anything that has to do with relationships this month. And so today we're going to talk about family first. And we're going to talk again about the 4 legs of the table that we're working on within the family. Tomorrow is Rich Relations, Selena's book, part 2. There's just so many takeaways from this book. I love it. I mentioned it before. Typically, I tell you don't go buy a book, but this one I would say go buy. Go up in the compass, click Rich Relationships. It's just an unusual book. And I really believe this. And this is why Inner Circle is important, Morning Coach is important. It might not be the systems or processes that could make the difference in your life. It may be a relationship, right? And that's what Selena teaches, Rich Relationships, connecting. And maybe that's that 1 or 2 people out there that could literally make a big difference in your life. And that's what I want to do with Morning Coach. That's why I want to build that team or that community aspect, because it really could be a relationship that's holding you back comparatively to a system. Okay, so we're going to get on that Tuesday. Wednesday, we got family growth ideas, some ideas from some metaphysical ideas. How can we get closer together as a family? And your family, obviously, that's what we're talking about. Thursday, we got Ask JB. Can you help others change? This is one I get every once in a while. I'm going to talk a little bit about my father before he passed away and some things I did to help him kind of change into a different person. This is a really deep one, so I can't wait to get with you on Thursday. Friday is the family financial model. Okay, we're going to go over a little bit of financial stuff. Saturday, obviously, Dr. Paul, rocking it with Dr. Paul. And then Sunday, episode 5,700 on Sunday. That means we're counting down to 300 more, less than a year till we get to 6,000. But we're going to talk about breaking bread with family. Time for reflection. So it's a brand new week here on Morning Coach. It's a Monday. And you know what that means? It's time to get organized, focused, and moving forward. And this week, we're going to dive into the foundational principles for a powerful life. And it's really about family first. And years ago when I started my business with Morning Coach, I was so obsessed with success that I often put my business ahead of my family. And I know we put Allie's video up, right, about having that obsession. And it has helped me. But I have convinced myself that I was doing it for them, but I learned through painful missteps that the real legacy comes not from what we build, but who we build it with. And I think that's really important. So putting family first isn't just about prioritizing relationships. It's about strengthening the foundation that everything else stands on. Now, we'll get into some of the negatives as far as people that are negative families, maybe that cousin or that uncle or the aunt that we all have, that we got to kind of release. But the immediate family needs to be strong. We need that core group that's with us, that's in the battle with us. And we'll go over some things this week to help you with that. But it's really about putting family first. So we are in a check month, okay? So we're checking our plan. Where are you at relationship-wise with your family? An immediate family, where are you at? Because I want you to feel, are you connected? And if you're not, let's build our 4 legs of the table. And let's really make sure we've got some structure and that the family knows what we're doing. We want everybody to be involved. You want buy-in. If somebody doesn't believe in you, it really makes it more difficult. And I think that's one of the hardest things when I look at some families, when you have people that don't clap when you're winning, when you have people that really don't want you to be successful, and they're there. We call them drainers, right? It really makes it difficult. So these 4 table legs, as we talk about in really everything, is really important. And it's, first of all, establishing that mission and vision. What do you stand for together? What do you want to do and who do you want to become? See how applicable our functioning and the things that I'm teaching you that I want in your DNA, that you just sit back and go, okay, what do we want to do and who do we want to become? Most relationships just get stagnant because nobody communicates. They don't talk about these type of ideas. What do you want to build? What kind of relationship do you want to have? Right? And it's important we establish that. That's that clarity that so many people are lacking. So what do you want to do and what do you want the relationship to become? You're going to hear me talk about that for the next 15 years, right? It's so important. It's so critical because that's the foundational leg. That leg's not there. That table's not going to stand. And the next one is the team. Who's around you? And do they know they matter? Do they know that they're part of the team? Do they know they're important, that they're contributing? That if they weren't in your life, that it would be more difficult or that you wouldn't enjoy it, the whole process. So understand who's around you, who's with you. Are you fighting this thing together? And then communication. Are you listening with intention and clarity? again, another breakdown. We talk about a lot about listening skills, and I mentioned it last week. There's times when I was younger and I'd be watching a football game and Pilar was trying to talk to me or my mother, right? And I'm not paying any attention. I'm just, yep, whatever, yep, You're not listening. Are you really listening with intention and clarity? That's true respect. It's true love. Okay? So if we've got that, the last thing we need to do is we just need to commit to improve. Is your family or team growing together or are they drifting apart? If we're not growing, we're dying. And you'll see this a lot. You'll see families starting to drift apart. It's why we have such a high divorce rate in the United States. Because people aren't doing these basic concepts to get their family unit structured in a better way. And believe me, if the family is strong, you're going to be strong. There's nothing better than fighting the battles together and growing and developing. I use this analogy a lot. Like you go to Las Vegas and you go alone. And you're putting money in the machine and all of a sudden you hit the lottery, right? Or you hit not the lottery, but the big jackpot. So it comes out, you win $100,000 or $200, whatever it is, right? You win this big jackpot. Yeah, I won the jackpot. For about 10 minutes, people around you come up, they're shaking your hand, they're patting you on the back, the balloons are going off, the bells and whistles are going off, right? Pretty exciting time. Then the people start to disappear. You start to feel a little lonely, and then somebody else comes up, says, good job. That makes you feel good. About 5 or 6 hours later, nobody cares. You're back up in your room, sitting there alone. Yeah, you're counting your money. But is that really fun? Is that really awesome? You're just alone. Right? And it's challenging. Like and it's hard to do that. Like that's really, really a tough thing. I don't think that's happiness. But imagine if you had your family with you. Your family's there and everybody's patting them on the back and patting you on the back and your family's patting on your back. And then you go upstairs, instead of going alone, you're with your family or with your team. That's why I love winning with groups of people. That's why I love Mastermind. I love what we do here at Morning Coach because you're just not alone. We can all celebrate the victories. And if they're not celebrating with you, why are they in your life, right? So let's get our family structure like that. And you can apply it to your business or your home to really strengthen your core foundation. These 4 pillars that you'll hear a lot when you talk about are 4 legs of the table. It's a framework. So what are we doing together? What's our mission and vision? Who's around us? Do they know they matter? Who's that support structure? How are we communicating? Are we listening and communicating expectations clearly? And finally, are we committed to getting better? Are we committed to moving forward? I have a great friend who is a psychologist, and he works with a lot of people. And his biggest issue is the number 4. People just don't care. They're apathetic. They give up. They don't want to continually improve. I know that's not you, but maybe somebody in your life's like that, so you have to take the lead. You got to lead by example. So I really want you to think about those 4 things, okay? And your challenge today as we start today is to think about mission and vision. Again, what do you want to do or who do you want to become? Or what does the family unit want to do and what does the family want to become? Who's around you? Who is the team? Who is that group? What is the communication and how are you communicating? And finally, are you committed to improving? Because the challenge is to pick one leg of the table and strengthen it today. Have a real conversation. Share your vision. Tighten your system. It's the fundamentals that make the big deal, make the big difference. Yes, I'm teaching you AI. We're building things to help make life easier. We're putting things in order. But like I said, a lot of times, the number one thing that will change your life are your relationships. It's the way that you're handling and manage them. Are you communicating properly? Are you uplifting other people? Are you helping them progress? It's amazing when you get relationships, and I know I throw that word amazing around a lot, but it's true. When you get the relationships working for you than against you, things get so much better. So pick one leg and strengthen it today, okay? And the thought of the day is this. A strong family doesn't happen by accident. It's designed just like any great system. Again, let me repeat the thought, right? A strong family doesn't happen by accident. It's designed just like any great system. And I think for me, why it's so hard when I go out and I look at Facebook and I look at some of this social stuff and people are struggling, it's because they're not working towards it. They're not doing anything to make their situation any better. We have to work towards things. You have to work towards things to make them better, and then you enjoy the fruits of those labors, right? You don't pay the price, as Zig taught us all those years ago. You enjoy the price of structure and organization. Building stronger relationships. Your journal prompt for today. What does family first really look like for me? And where am I not living it? Write that down and let the answers. Use automatic writing. I love automatic writing where you just let the answers come. And I like pen and pencil for that, or pen and paper. Now, I will tell you that I don't mind the remarkable, right? In some of those, if you're using an iPad, but I do like pen and paper. So whatever you're using, I'm good with that. I just think you should write with your hand. When you write with your hand, you write with your heart. When you type with your mind. I've always heard that. And for me, it's true. Maybe not for you. So you're connecting more when you're writing with your hand. So I'd like you to write down, what does family first really look like to me, look like for me, and where am I not living it? Okay, and that's going to start building, helping you build that family structure. And here's our quote, Harold B. Lee: "The most important work you'll ever do will be within the walls of your own home." Just think about that. How big is that? What a great quote. The most important work you'll ever do will be within the walls of your own home. Love it. So it's simple today. Let's just pick something. Let's look at your relationship. Like I always say, if you just are focused on subtle improvements every day, life gets better. And it takes all parts of this. Like you can't be lacking in one and have everything else working. It's a balancing act as we do this. And family is a really important one that a lot of people never even talk about when we talk about success and evolution and personal development. But we got it today. And that's what's so awesome about Morning Coach. We're always giving you things that you're working on every month, right? That are a little different than what everybody else is doing. And that's how you're going to live your best life. All right, any questions? I love you. Remember, check the news area up in the community. Check your different hubs. There's so much going on. Can't wait to see you up in morningcoach.com. Okay, lots of love to you. I'll be back tomorrow right here on morningcoach.com.